Palestine. This is what you get for threatening the Jewish people. Palestine. All of the Holy Land belongs to the Jews. It's your time to leave. Palestine. This is what you get for not becoming Noahites.
You were mocking the chosen people, but now you're getting hit. American missiles have your entire skyline lit. And you cry victim and say you didn't start this, but the whole world knows denying sovereignty to the Jews is retarded. Now you feel terror like the Jews on American college campuses did. How does it feel to have bombs dropped on 2-year-old Hamas supporters? You could have avoided all this if you wanted to, but by fleeing to Egypt or becoming a Noahide, all of Israel belongs to the Jews.
Palestine. This is what you get for all your evil deeds. This is what you get for threatening the Jewish people. Palestine. All of the Holy Land belongs to the Jews. It's your time to leave. Palestine. This is what you get for not obeying the Torah.
You were mocking the chosen people, but now you're getting hit. American missiles have your entire skyline lit. And you cry victim and say you didn't start this, but the whole world knows denying sovereignty to the Jews is retarded. Now you feel terror like the Jews on American college campuses did. How does it feel to have bombs dropped on 2-year-old Hamas supporters? You could have avoided all this if you wanted to, but by fleeing to Egypt or becoming a Noahide, all of Israel belongs to the Jews.
Palestine. This is what you get for all your evil deeds. This is what you get for threatening the Jewish people. Palestine. All of the Holy Land belongs to the Jews. It's your time to leave.
Where's the noise? Oh, there it is. I love how I say that and nobody cares. I say that every show and nobody says anything, and then he says it once and it's like, so smart, Nick. Good one, Nick. Good morning. Welcome, internet friends. Thank you all for joining me today, Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. I'm Adam Green. This is No More News. Amalek is here. He's on a suspension from X right now, but he's here, bringing him away from his touching grass break. Going to discuss some of the latest Fedslop, Psyop, Fedslop, Conspiraslop, Psyop, and a little bit of the Jesus deception. What's up, Amalek? You happy to be back?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm finally convinced by Candace. That was it. Yesterday's episode, she finally got me on board. I definitely think that I'm no longer believing the Fedslop.
You've been watching the latest Candace drops? Has everything changed?
Yeah, she's definitely
now?
Right. Yeah, everything's changed. How could you shoot a rifle without getting a black eye? That's what scopes do, obviously.
Oh, is that or how could you crawl on the ground or like scoot a little
only
bit unless you're military trained?
I was watching my nephew the other day, and he's like 6 months old or 7 months old, and he was crawling around, and I thought, damn, I can't believe he's already been to basic training. That's crazy.
He's going to be a Navy SEAL, dude. It's in the blood.
Yeah,
he's got it.
That's for sure.
So we're putting Candace on trial today, with the thumbnail, at least. Judge Green is going to drop the verdict on her
I like how
ass.
the AI picked up her chopped-ass bangs that she had on the episode that she did, too, yesterday, because... I mean, I'm not a homosexual, but I gotta say, she definitely she needs to get a stylist of some kind if she's going to be dropping these types of videos.
No, have you seen? I follow this one girl, and she shares every show that Candace does. She'll find her outfit, her shirt, and go and find and look up online how much it costs. And this woman is wearing like designer everything. Like she wears shirts that cost like $2,000.
That was one of the people that used to work with her that said that when I think it was which one of the people that worked for Daily Wire said like, oh, all she cares about is money.
Mm-hmm.
And someone that used to work for her was
been saying that.
Yeah, they replied and said she only talks about designer clothes when she's not like talking and when she's not doing her show and she's not doing anything else. All she's talking about is designer clothes. Mm-hmm. She's Carlin maxing. That's what she's doing. She's just trying to just be like her number one fan, Carlin.
Yep. All right, we're gonna tick off all of the mob again today, I'm sure. But we got powerchat.live is just turned on right now. We've been smashing the goal a whole lot. I really appreciate you guys. Powerchat.live/knowmorenews. Your comment will be read. That link is pinned to the top of the Rumble live chat and in the description below. And that should be on now. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Before we get into the conspiracy kooks, let's do some of the news breakdown. Here's Netanyahu on with Hannity talking about his meeting.
Yeah.
How'd that meeting go?
It was great. It was one of the best meetings that we've had. And I always hate to disappoint our would-be critics, who are trying to find, cracks in our alliance. And what they find, like today, is a wall of granite, because the president is so clear. I mean, we have a common commitment. We don't want to see this fanatic regime in Tehran have nuclear weapons to threaten every American, and to threaten the peace of the world, and to threaten the existence of Israel. So we have a common goal. And it's going to be achieved, either through diplomatic means or other means, but we're both committed to that. And that's the main headline that I would tell you. Yeah.
All right, sorry, not a fracture. Bond made in granite. No, here's him addressing.
I don't think that there's any way it's happening until there's like a big like table flipping moment from Trump, like a public fuck you or something like that. Like it's all just kayfabe bullshit.
He takes little jabs when he's not with Bibi in the news to try to make it seem like he's not, like he's the boss, but then it's always just doesn't seem to be the case.
I feel like he's always doing that to his even people that are his friends and allies. Even his friends and allies, he's doing that. He's still doing the little Rubio thing every once in a while.
Need more Amalek. White Christ wins the X war again.
I love these Aryan Jesus songs. We need more. We were talking about it in the beginning that we need some more. All right, so Netanyahu says, what is this, the 1930s? More of the 1930s, America rising, Mamdani, anti-Semitism, in Edom narrative. And we're not going to play.
And They don't have any authority. And you got
Da Vinci with the hundo. Thank you, Da Vinci.
$100. Have a great day. I am starting to think they will go for Carg Island. Trump cannot back down now.
Yeah, if we keep hearing about it, it's probably going to end up happening. If that's what they want, they'll end up finding a way to manipulate Trump and America in there.
there's this lunatic mayor in New York thinking you may get arrested if you go to New York, which will never happen.
First of all, I'm going to New York.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you there when I go to the UN in September.
You know, I moved to Florida.
Well, you know, you can take
I'll
a plane.
come up, yes.
You can come. You've come to Washington. So you can go there.
Was this not obvious? Oh, now he gets to make this, anti-Semitism so serious, but I'm defiant and I'm not backing down and we will overcome this. And like, that's all the only outcome of all of this posturing that Mom Dami did, knowing that he wasn't really going to arrest him. He just said that shit to try to get elected.
But I'm definitely going there. I'm going to speak the truth in front of this. You know, there's just hate spewing elected official who's pitting one group of New Yorkers against the others. He's turning them against New York Jews. I mean, what are we in the 1930s? What is this? You know, so much hate, so many lies. And you know, the big lie is about the ICC, the International Criminal Court, so-called. That's a corrupt, evil organization. It had a prosecutor who issued arrest warrants against me.
And they don't have any authority. And you got this.
Just like I called. Nothing's going to happen. Netanyahu's going to act tough like he got a W. How did the meeting with Trump go? Oh, wait, we played that clip already. All right. So to go through first, Candace Owens, she's always teasing some new big thing. She's so close. Better get your lawyers. She has explosive, the receipts, go Max. So here's her doing her normal hype up.
All right, you guys, I know that I say that every episode is going to be explosive, and I guess we should just start with one of many explosive discoveries. It's going to explode, and there's going to be so many revelations about how this world really works. Explosive story that I have for you today. Some other explosive things that we have found out. One more thing rather explosively. Some explosive things that we will be revealing tomorrow. It will shake the foundations of the world. I believe it.
She's never ever come with anything of any substance. What is she referring to here, Amalek, this week? What are her two new big theories? One, somehow she got a 9/11 tape, and it's them driving Charlie to the hospital, and one guy says, "Get it off him." That's the big thing. Get it off him. Who knows what they're talking about? The shirt.
Oh, they're obviously
necklace.
talking about bomb shrapnel. Obviously,
Yeah, but obviously the only thing it could be is bomb shrapnel. So that's the new explosive evidence, is somebody saying, "Get that off him," in the van.
Believe it. We all believe it. Even more explosive revelations for you. Actually, some explosive revelations. So here's some explosive news. Tomorrow we will have more explosive information and revelations, and we are going to have some explosive stuff for you on Wednesday.
Yeah, this is just like edging, teasing, like dangling some big payoff in front of people. They've been doing it for the whole time.
next week on the Candace Owens Show.
Yeah. She goes, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Garrett sent $5. People want to prosecute me for the genocide I totally did? What is this? The 1930s. Thanks so much to Da Vinci and Macrometer.
Yeah,
MVPs.
seriously. Top MVPs.
They got to do it every time.
Any criticism of Netanyahu, and it's you're a Nazi in the 1930s and you're Amalek.
About the Egyptian plane is so explosive. I don't know what to say other than it's positively explosive. I have so many explosive revelations. We have.
Wait.
At least she's saying explosive, right?
Yeah, revelations.
She could be saying like explosive. Oh, I like that. Let's hear it.
Revelations.
I have so many explosive revelations. We have some more explosive revelations. This is bigger than we could have ever imagined. Explosive discovery. Get ready. We have.
Rabbi Netanyahu instills excellent Old Testament morals in me. Family first.
Family first. Revelations.
Of an explosive.
Yo, dude, how does that account not have that clip? That's a good one. That's great. Revelations.
So
and I bet you she said it like that multiple times.
Yeah, revelations. Yeah, that's got to be.
Oh man.
You know, like the book of revelations. Come on, Paul got a revelation of Jesus.
We have some more
obviously.
explosive revelations. This is
There, she
bigger
got
than
it
we
right
could have
that
ever
time.
imagined. This explosive discovery. Get ready. We have an explosive episode.
Okay, we get it. I'm about to explode if I watch one more of these. This is all she does. This is the tease, and this is the latest tweet. Today's episode will be positively explosive. Might even free a young man who is being wrongly framed for the murder of Charlie. That's their goal, is to free the actual murderer. He's not even saying he's being framed. What if he's being framed? Why is he not saying it? How can none of these people address that obvious hole in their theory? Crazy. We got another one too, though. Here's the other one. Where is it? Shallots. The shallots. Everybody knows the chalets in Switzerland, right? The shallots.
The Ukrainians now have yachts. They've got shallots in Switzerland. They've got yachts in. No, I'm not kidding.
Right.
I'm just looking at these are our tax dollars. The Ukrainians
Dude,
now
I wish I lived on a shallot in
have
Switzerland.
yachts. They've got shallots in Switzerland. They've got yachts in.
Shallots in Switzerland. How does she always do it, dude?
It's
Okay,
just in
so
our
these are
blood. We know how to say those words because our people have been fucking up how to say French words or saying them right and wrong and getting together all the time. Just natural, the grammar comes to us. But to her, I understand. She doesn't, her people didn't even discover the wheel, let alone the ability to pronounce these words correctly. Makes sense.
Shallots, yeah. So here's the big revelation today. Get that off of him. They just take like anything anybody says and like try to like weave and spin the craziest explanation possible for anything.
Isn't it crazy that they have like dueling theories? So like get that off of him is clearly something where they're like trying to hint at this bomb idea and this whole like, oh, this explosive mic and all these other things. And just the next day, not even 24 hours later, they're doing this rooftop footage. Oh, well, how did he not get a black eye from the rifle? Like they're able to just like switch between the two, and the audience doesn't even notice that they're doing it. Everyone else is noticing this and pointing it out, but the audience clearly doesn't understand that these are contradictory stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so get that off him. 8,000 likes from this con man, Baron Coleman. This is her big thing.
Tip that we received is that the call did in fact take place. Not only that, but it lasted anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. So
Garrett
apparently,
sent $5. Candace's verbal diarrhea is explosive.
Yeah, that's a explosive verbal diarrhea. That is all she's got. You're right. Oh, but she's got braids, guys. She's ready for battle. Go Max. She's got her battle braids on, guys. It's serious.
someone phones 911 and then did not engage with the 911 operator.
I'm pretty sure that the theory before was like that they didn't call 911. Remember, they didn't call 911. They called Ben Shapiro to update him. Now wrong on that again.
Yep, that was the theory. I was just going to say that.
Too. What she lacks in evidence or argument, she makes up with like faces and innuendo. They all do this, and like drama, sensationalist, like dramatic pauses and expressions. That's what they do.
You know those like racist dolls from the South, like those racist black girl dolls. That's what she looks like in this picture.
Yeah. We're gonna watch some highlights of Andrew Wilson bodied Stu Peters yesterday. They finally got somebody to debate, and it was pitiful.
The phone.
Oh, thank you, Anonymous.
Anonymous sent $5. I want to ignore the Shaboon out of relevance. It is an insult. We have to pretend she is sentient.
Well, that's the point. We're trying to expose them so thoroughly that her and all of her circle of kooks pushing this kosher disinfo gets discredited forever. That's why I'm so focused on decimating every bit of these people. Yeah, it's HT's girl. That's right.
Sounds as though it's dropped. It's running for approximately 5 minutes without the caller recognizing that it was still on. So almost like a 911 call turned butt dial. We'll have to get more details of how that could have occurred. But in the midst, what was heard on this call and what was captured rather on this call is, quote, "We got him. We are taking him to the hospital." Okay, maybe that was supposed to be to the operator. A strange thing to say. Now on, what's your emergency? We got him and we're taking him to the hospital.
Hold on. That is not saying that we got the guy that was shot and we're taking him to the hospital is not a strange thing to tell 911. What is she talk? See, they just claim everything is suspicious and strange. That doesn't feel right. That's odd. They just say that about everything. Totally normal things. Yeah, we got him. He's in the van with us. We're rushing him to the hospital. Get ready.
It was supposed to be said. Almost sounds to me almost like a status update, followed by chaos, followed by a voice saying, get out of the way, followed by what sounds like high rates of speed is coming across, so the car is moving quickly. But here's where it gets super interesting.
Johansen,
Also,
$5. What's
super
up with the
interesting.
Oxford? Did you have a job interview?
This is my job outfit. No, the real reason is I'm all out of clothes. I've been procrastinating on my laundry, so that's why I'm wearing the Oxford, actually.
oh, allegedly not for long.
See, this is also the bullshit they do. They say all this wild speculation and then go, well, I say allegedly so I can, not be sued. They're so worried about being sued while they spew all the lies. Sorry, Your Honor, I said allegedly all of those things.
The statement, get that off of him. Get that off of him is captured on this alleged 911 call. Now,
Alleged.
Get what off of him is the first thing I think. Get what off of him? Couple of options. Okay. Charlie didn't have much on him. He had a necklace which had broken. He had on a white Freedom t-shirt. He had on a Rode microphone. There's an off chance that some of that 36 feet of packaging needed to...
Hold on. If people are getting this wrong, too, they're all saying that it's the battery that shot out. That was the magnet holding on. The Rode mic was under the shirt and the magnet was on the outside holding it in. That's the way some people do it. So when he got shot, if the magnet went flying, which makes perfect sense, it's not that strong of a magnet, you get hit with some high velocity thing, it's going to fly off probably. Why is she assuming that the Rode mic is still on him? And if the theory is that the Rode mic blew up, how is it still on him inside his shirt?
I think what it is it's like goop. It's like alien goop from the alien ray that came down and must have hit Charlie there. So there's like goop all over his chest that was like at the wound spot. And they're saying like, get that off of him, get that goop off of him so that we can get in there and not get the, because alien acid burns your fingers, you know what I mean? So you can't touch it. So they had to get that off of him so they can get in there and fix his wound. That's what I think happened.
Yeah. Do they even say what they think they're getting off him, what the context of that was? Or they just go like, it could be the bomb. They just say whatever.
Somehow get off of him. That doesn't really make sense because Brian's pretty clear that went into him. So I don't know. But I will say that if this is true, and I believe that it is, then it might go some way in terms of explaining why this 911 call was mysteriously purged from the released calls. That's what it appears to be. It was mysteriously purged.
What?
So why the Turning Point team, who loved to tell us what everybody was doing.
What do you mean mysteriously? That's just bullshit. Mysteriously purged? What is that supposed to mean? Also, what does that have to do? Like, why would that even be in the trial? The 911 call? Oh, here, Your Honor. Here is the 911 call where they say they're bringing him to the hospital. What does that have to do with anything? We know they brought him to the hospital.
Or there's one person that I know. It's the expert on...
Goldberg sent $5 putting Zionism aside. If we were talking in 1930, what do you have against my religion? Also, when are we watching Torah and Science?
Is that the David Goldberg? I don't know. I'm going to watch Torah and Science probably on a late night stream. I'll probably put on the mullet to do some hardcore science debunking.
Isn't Candace, she's like an expert at chain of custody of evidence. You know what I mean? Like she's watched all these CSI shows, so she just knows all about, that's how evidence works, and it's the chain of custody. She's so familiar that she does it all the time, like 911 calls and how they're processed and downloaded and then removed from their databases. She's like an expert on that. So I believe her intrinsically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right, Bravo. Yeah, it's purged because they had to cover it up and hide it because they were caught on the audio saying get rid of that, like whatever conspiracy thing, and then somehow she got it. It was purged so good that it winded up in her hands somehow.
Yeah, what's most likely, let's just the best case scenario, or what could most likely be going on here, in my view, is that they have a system where they download the 911 calls, and then they upload them or download, they download them all for the cases, and then they purge them because they no longer need them because they downloaded them. They get rid of that space. They move it to another place. They zip it up in an easier to condense file, and that's what she's getting. And she's like, oh look, they tried to hide it. They tried when it's just like normal, regular procedure for data management for every single 911 call ever. It's just like
how the moon landing deniers say, oh, they lost the original tapes, so they recorded over the original tapes. Like, no, that was just like the magnetic data strip. They still have all the copies, high quality copies of all of the videos.
These people must have never deleted or reformatted a hard drive or anything like that, right? Like they've never. This hard drive is full. I guess I had to get a new one because this one's full. You can't delete anything off any hard drive ever. That'd be sus.
CPR being amazing generally. Brian Harpole just getting to work, doing a medical, as he says. Rick Cutler with the tattoo, the mean tattoo. Justin Davis doing 1,000 on the freeway. Yet they're reluctant to share who specifically dialed 911.
Oh Brian my God. Says, what does it matter who dialed 911? They're reluctant to share. Obviously, one of the people that was in the van. This is so stupid.
911. Well, if something was picked up in the audio, if they maybe thought they ended the call and it didn't, and that's what's picked up, you might imagine that the public might have some questions about what they hear. Point being is, I think we are going to be able to firmly confirm who we that dialed 911 in the coming weeks, maybe even this week.
Oh, maybe. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll find out next week. She's so cringe, dude.
His body wasn't even cold, and they were already speculating with stupid shit. I don't trust people who have that sort of discernment level. I just don't.
Get that off him. They could have been talking. They could have had a gauze on his neck, and it was already just full of blood. So they're like, get that off him. Get another one on. Get the bloody one off. Put on the fresh one. It could have been something like that. I bet you whoever did say that is gonna come out and say he was talking about the shirt or something. He'll come out and claim it, and debunk him, and then they'll just, move the goalpost again like they've done endlessly. Get that off his 8,000.
This Baron Coleman is a retard. People keep sending me his stuff and sending me his videos. He's totally grifting, totally obviously like a con artist. That picture is hilarious. Yeah. The of him in the braids. He's obviously a con artist. I don't know how people are falling for this. I mean, he did this thing today. I don't know if you have the clip, but he's like, you better get your lawyers. They better get their lawyers. If you're one of the people who's involved in this, you better. That's all I got to say to you. You're on vacation right now. I would call your lawyer and have him in the office the next morning. He's an idiot.
Yeah, he said, I tried to warn you guys that you still have time to run, not walk, to be the first to cut a deal. Your time is running out. Yeah, sure, dude. We got these screenshotted, so when this guy's convicted by the jury and your conspiracies all get proven debunked some more, you're going to look like the lying fraud. Your time is running out. Yeah, I'm sure TBSA is terrified that they're about to go to jail for murdering their friend. I'm totally real. That's not delusional at all. 9,000 likes, 10,000 likes.
I forgot to tell you this. The other day I made an account that was just for to see what normies see when they make new accounts on TikTok and Instagram and things like that. And it's literally Candace Owens and then weed gummies is what's getting advertised alongside the Candace Owens thing. So they're hyping up, or they're hopping up these women who are like Candace enjoyers on weed gummies, like powerful concentrated weed gummies, and watching Candace. That's what's going on. And the woman who is in the advertisement is exactly like a Candace head. It's like a a relatively attractive female who's like, oh my god, I thought I wasn't gonna be able to get any work done, and then I tried these weed gummies and they're amazing. It's just like that's what's going on right now. Is they're getting hyped up on weed gummies, watching Candace, watching it on their Instagram, and that's what's going on. That's how these people have all got hooked on this stuff, and their brains are totally broken, unable to think. And he's like totally part of this too.
Yeah, he's a lawyer, and apparently he's made crazy money. His whole account online, his whole podcasting career has been like exclusively covering the Charlie Kirk stuff, and he's exploded on YouTube, reaching such ridiculous numbers, dude. Anybody in this network that promotes and glazes Candace and promotes this narrative gets like boosted by their echo chamber to like, probably botted by foreign countries too. Almost undoubtedly. Let's hear this.
Goes on vacation, the attacks amplify. You remember when she went to Russia? They went crazy. That's when they launched the attack on George Farmer, and they launched the attacks on Candace, and she's this and she's that. Then she goes to Spain, and it goes on overload while she's in Spain for a week or two.
Dude, I love this. People are attacking Candace, so that means she's right. No, she's wrong, and people are calling her out.
That's just nuts. It's just crazy. Your humble host doesn't face that problem because I don't take vacation.
Yeah, right.
I don't have to worry about it. We don't do vacations in the Coleman. No, we do.
Allegedly.
Just, not often. Maybe we should. But the attacks tend to amplify.
Send him all your money, guys. Don't worry. He won't go on vacation. That's the subtext of why he's doing that right there.
And when you have this amplification and attacks every time she's on vacation, it's only right that she should wait until they're all gone to launch her attacks.
By the way, when she goes, oh, they're attacking her, that was when she was in Spain. That was the week of the preliminary hearing when she was being debunked on everything.
I had a revelation the other day. Candy will be hiding in Moscow when these lawsuits finally hit.
I think because you would think, how could they be so dumb? Don't they see how this is going to turn out? And I think it's because some of them have been promised, like, if anything goes bad, you can go live like Snowden over in Russia. You can run from, your $1 billion Sandy Hook lawsuit that Candace is going to get.
I think that's exactly what she's done. I have
Thank you so much, James.
Strong suspicion that it's going to be a really ugly week for these guys. It's going to be a really ugly week for the Fedslop narrative. And it's going to be a really ugly week for TPUSA. Really, really bad.
Really bad. It's so
you
bad.
people who have committed to the mountain of evidence.
Yeah, there's a mountain of evidence.
And I'll give my final warning. I think there's maybe
so much more real evidence in the trial for Tyler Robinson doing it than any of the stuff Candace or any of these people are saying, dude. It's not even fucking close on the weighing of the evidence. And these guys, like, total gaslighting, like, projecting psychos, act like we're all working for the feds and TPUSA is about to go to jail. It's the cultiest thing I've ever seen. This is like worse than Heaven's Gate. I think our people are going to like commit suicide once Tyler goes to jail. They're going to try to raise money for his appeals and stuff.
My final warning I'm going to be able to give you guys.
Final warning.
You should run, don't walk, and try to get a deal. That's my take. That's my take. You should try to get a deal. She had braids on today, gentlemen. Braids. She wasn't wearing a bun. She didn't have on a hat. She had braids.
Oh, dude,
this goes so hard for peasants.
Braids.
Oh my god,
dude, I hate. You see what this
dude.
is? Emotional manipulation, just all innuendo.
What a crazy
just total
situation.
Trash. HT's real convinced by this guy, by the way. He's like, oh, don't got to listen to Candace. This guy's super smart. Dude, this guy is a fucking fraud, dude. Give me a break.
She's prepared to bring the heat, I'm afraid. And if you guys are committed to this Fedslop narrative, if you're committed to this mountain of evidence, you're going to get caught with your pants down, particularly if you're on vacation and you can't respond. It's going to be bad.
So super dramatic. here's a typical.
And hold on, the
Candace
idea that
follower.
like they're gonna come out and make a deal. So wait, in their world, they think that all these TPUSA people that they're in on it, and it's just any day now it's gonna get everyone's gonna realize it and go. So they think that the TPUSA people, like Andrew Colvin or somebody like that, should go to the cops and say, "Hey, look, hey, the Candace people, they've got it so figured out. They got me. I'm just gonna turn myself in now." That's insane. Even under their own story, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous. That is. I
Talk about
I can't believe they're even trying
confidence. A fake confidence.
Dude, if you think that is like a legitimate, like a smart, intelligent, legitimate person with like well thought out ideas, like you're also an idiot. Like you're the kind of person that gets conned on this stuff. What the fuck?
So here's one of the TikTok influencers, one of the Candace stans leading the charge over on TikTok. 14,000 likes for this video. Wait for it. Sammy Sam.
Anonymous sent $8.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Thanks to Adam and the chat. I am not feeling like I'm taking crazy pills.
Not yet? No, I do. Look at this girl.
If you got vacation time, take it this next week, okay? Because I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's about to happen, but y'all, it's about to go down. Listen to me. Listen. These posts, it's so many of these posts like this on X right now because, as she said, ever since Baron Coleman canceled his show tonight and made this post right here, they have been unhinged and losing their minds. Like y'all, I showed y'all earlier, Andrew Colvin had like a 5-page X post. I have never seen a post like that long from him, ever.
See, when they don't respond right away to the accusations, they go, oh, they're in hiding. Oh, they're scared. When they do respond thoroughly, they go, oh, I've never seen them freak out so bad. They're in damage control. Whatever happens, they act like it's their proof of their conspiracy. And guys, this is the people online, the ones that are real. It's women like this that are saying we're working for the Jews now because we don't believe in this Candace theory. Women like this.
And now this video of Baron Coleman is going mega viral on X because they are scared. Listen to Baron Coleman from the other day. Listen.
It's going viral because they're scared.
Encourage you. I said this when I first started, and apparently there was no sound. Fedsloppers. It's about to get really bad for you.
Okay, we just watched this.
When they come and when they bring it, I know they're about to bring it. I know they're about to bring it. Like, you have no idea of the level of organization I'm going to put in my life for these next 2 weeks just so I can be free. Up on demand. Because they're about to snap.
14,000 likes.
They're about to snap.
Dude,
this lady is...
It's all the people who are like watching Oprah and Wendy Williams and Judge Judy now getting in like, to this scene through the Candace YouTube pipeline. And it's
Dude, is she a nurse or something? Like, what is going on here? Like, what is her job? I hope she has nobody's life in her hands, nothing important. Like, she like, what the fuck?
Lil Pump does not believe Tyler did it. It definitely wasn't not that white boy. I think put a bomb on his mic, says Lil Pump.
Davinson now sent $20. I want to live in a new country. This is that bad. It is so obvious Tyler did it.
I just don't understand how none of them are answering the question, why is Tyler, if he didn't do it, why is he not saying
Anonymous
that he didn't do it and he's being set up?
The future is retarded.
I'm hosting a Charlie Kirk debate. Who do you think killed Charlie Kirk, Lil Pump?
Who killed Charlie Kirk?
You kind of look like Charlie Kirk. Don't you kind of...
Joe, why do people tell me that I look like Charlie Kirk?
You look like...
Do I look like Charlie Kirk?
You look like if Pablo Fuentberg
let's
and
ask
Charlie
this
Kirk
rapper
had
with
a
tattoos
Miami
all over his
baby.
face, what he thinks.
Pablo Escobar and Charlie Kirk had a baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, people tell me that shit, dude. That I look like Charlie Kirk. Who I think killed Charlie Kirk, bro?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Zelensky, you're an idiot. You're such an idiot, Zelensky. Every day with your retardation, dude, go away. He says, if I was on the jury, I'd need better evidence. You are retarded. Dude, this is unbelievable, man. I cannot believe
Very
how dumb you are,
controversial
Zelensky.
or...
Hey, stop pausing this guy that didn't graduate high school, dude.
Yeah.
I want to listen to the guy who... I looked it up. Lil Pump didn't graduate high school. I need to make sure I hear his opinion.
I think the person who killed Charlie Kirk was definitely not that white boy.
Oh.
the guy that they fucking pointed at that went scared or whatever.
It wasn't Tyler Robinson. He was just a patsy.
Okay. So, what I think, well, I'm not gonna say too much, but I'm not gonna say too much without saying it, but whatever. I think somebody put a fucking bomb on his mic.
Oh yeah, you think it was an exploding Rode microphone? Yeah.
Bro,
It's the dumbest. It is the dumbest fucking theory I've ever heard in my life.
Especially that guy Tyler Robinson, who was supposedly a transgender lover. It's like that guy would not be that good at sniping from a distance and then disassembling the rifle.
Dude, it's everybody says it's not that with a scope. It's not that hard of a shot. The guy grew up shooting guns. There's all these photos of him shooting guns.
I don't think that's him.
This
In
one's
that
not
picture.
him?
I think this is a fake one. Yeah.
Oh, I got another one where there's real pictures of him though.
Yeah, I know that. I know, but I think that specific picture is not him.
Like,
Okay.
trannies are wasting
I'll pull up the other tab of the other ones.
I fucking love you, Sneeko. That shit was a bomb in his mic, and let's link up later.
All right, I'll hit you up.
I know who I want to hear from about the case. I want to hear from a Muslim Haitian Jew, Sneeko, and his high school dropout rapper friend. That's the side I want to be on when it comes to matters of understanding court cases and evidence and things like that. Yep.
Okay, so 55,000 likes on TikTok for this is from Candace's account 12 hours ago. She has exclusive new footage. Don't know how she got it. It looks like, again, somebody recording with the cell phone on a screen, so it's worse quality than the original file, but they got what looks like a new angle of him on the roof.
All crazy and feeling overwhelmed and passing away and falling out in the streets.
And the judge ruled that you can't see the high definition quality video 4K of Tyler Robinson committing the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Well, we've actually been sitting on that for a while, and we're going to let...
She's been sitting on the footage of him on the roof, laying down
and
then jumping up right after a shot, and that she claimed he was never on campus and that he was blown up with a road mic. And meanwhile, she's been sitting on the footage of him on the roof. That's how much of a liar she is. She had the footage of the guy on the roof taking the shot, but what is their cope now? Is you can't see the kickback of the gun. As if you're going to see a 1/4 inch little fast thing back. It's
that shit's funny.
Yeah.
You be the judge.
Zelensky, you're an idiot.
See?
What are you talking about? You want to see how much the bullet fragments weigh? They literally put that information out, and they showed that it's the exact amount that you would expect out of a fired fragment, how much you lose from the bullet. Like, what are you talking about? That was in the report that said it was inconclusive. The one that said it's inconclusive, they put they had the fragments in that report. You don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, with the evidence, I would need to see more evidence. You don't even know the evidence. You don't even know what you're talking about. You have no clue.
Zelensky says, do you see Tyler on the roof or a blurry person? It's a dude. Why would you not expect it to be blurry if it's recorded from a camera like on the other side of the campus, far away?
It's a camera recording of that footage, by the way.
So it's a camera recording of a screen. Also, the original is going to be better, which we haven't seen yet. And yes, we see the guy that drove his car. Tyler drove his car into the campus. We see him limping up the stairs with the gun in his thing. We see him running across the roof. It's him, dude. It's him. He wrote the confession note. He turned himself in. He's not even saying he was set up. Zelensky, I don't want to hear any more of this retardation, dude. You don't belong here. F off.
And again, I have to apologize. This is not like Benny Johnson 4K footage, but it's at least clear enough here on your screen that you would be able to discern a strong kickback on a gun from somebody who's just laying down taking a shot. So I'm going to let this run its
evidence. It is clear CK was killed via bullet and by Tyler. Everything else is speculation and theory. Any further questions or ideas should go from there. That's where I'm at.
Dude, if you think it was a Rode mic, so here's my same exact Rode mic that Charlie had. You're trying to tell me that when he gets hit, the magnet on the outside here flew this way and then somehow went into his neck so hard that he had like explosions out of the back cavity. Like you could see it in the slow-mo, the frame here pushed out, here pushed out. So something clearly came in the neck here like this. This to here, this doesn't work, dude. It wouldn't go into the neck. You can't have spinning, arcing magnets. And
well, that's why the aliens helped him.
Flying past him too. It doesn't go in his neck.
50 seconds. And you just let me know if at any point you see that before he gets up and breaks into a sprint. Here he comes running on to the rooftop. What we know definitively is he gets down into what is known as a...
You can already tell that they're recording a screen too. So anybody complaining about that it's blurry, this is a recording of a screen. That's why you can see the lines up and down here. That's the artifact you get from recording a screen.
Lateral military crawl. He begins
Lateral
that crawl
military crawl.
over to the right first.
Now, anybody just trying to stay low and not be seen is going to do a little crawl like that. You don't need to be in the military to do a little crawl. Go look at any first-time paintballer or laser tagger. This is so dumb.
And then to the left, we see a quick flash. We are not sure.
I don't think anyone's ever moved like that before until they were.
Yeah, nobody's
military
ever crawled
Actually,
before.
Looks like. Oh, I'm not going to read into it. There's that.
Said $5. Maybe Angelina Jolie took the shot in preparation for Wanted 2.
Maybe.
Throw
Lateral
forward.
military
I say
crawl.
fold forward. You can say throw forward, but that's definitely something
No,
being
he's laying
flung
down.
forward.
And they say when you're actually laying down with the sniper in front of you that there's even less recoil because like your whole body is there. It's more of an immovable object than if you're standing upright.
Dude, hitting a shot at like 200 to 300 yards with a scope like that, prone like that, in a position like that, anybody could do that. I'm telling you that right now. And if he's ever shot before this, then that increases his chances of hitting even more. It is not a difficult shot to make whatsoever.
Began recording from the side of a Odysee building instead of.
They're all bullshitting too and being like, how come we didn't see him set up his gun? He didn't put together his gun. He did that before this clip that she started showing. He was up there for a while before this clip shows.
I saw a reply in her comment section when I was watching this. It said, how could he have taken that shot like that with no bipod? Like these people are literally think that this is like Call of Duty and like the guns have stats and like I don't even know, saying something that stupid that he would never have been able to make the shot from the roof because he's basically saying like the gun would have had to be like peeking over the edge of the roof and he's too far back that he needs a bipod to take the shot. That is retarded. You guys are so dumb. You don't know anything about guns. These people just they get their information from Call of Duty and video games. That's all there is to, like, so many of them, or weed brained like people. It's incredible that anybody could possibly think that that's true.
Alabama, thank you.
Alabama Yeoman sent $5 on Rumble. The culmination of evidence provided so far is enough to warrant a full trial.
DNA, cell phone, on video,
in pants leg.
Turned himself in, confessed, wrote the note, and then they go, "Oh, it's a talking point that you say overwhelming evidence." No, the evidence is overwhelming. That's what you said. That's the word you use if there's lots of if you're overwhelmed with something.
A gun.
Took
And
the
he's
shot.
up. And he's
Jumps
gone.
up, grabs his thing, and he's gone.
Davidson now sent $10. She says that's one of the common words.
Forward is a common word. He hasn't claimed to be a patsy, nor has his parents. Yeah, I know. That's a huge hole. Yeah.
She claimed in the thing, she said, she was talking about 7.62 rifle for some reason. I can't remember what the context was, but she was talking about 7.62 rounds. And she goes, so that gun would take off your shoulder. So she really thinks that the gun that was shot there is such a huge power. Like I'm telling you right now, she thinks it's like a 50 caliber, like the way a 50 caliber round and rifle actually operates. That's how she thinks a 30-06 is. It's totally that's totally like bonkers. Has nothing to do with reality. It's totally divorced from reality. These guns are not like that. If you're shooting it from the prone, you're not going to black your eye out. I think she's about to say it right here, the black eye part right here.
Now he's doing a lateral military run, says Atropad. Yeah. Military Mossad run.
He never could have ran like that unless he was in Mossad.
What do you guys
doesn't
think?
feel right. That feels
something doesn't feel right. That video doesn't feel right. No, the video looks exactly like. Yeah, they're only out. The logical end result is they're gonna have to say that he's a crisis actor and he's an actor and he's in on
Davidson
it.
sent $5.
You're right.
She says forward instead of forward.
Forward instead of forward. That's the same word. I don't get it.
Me.
Green pill. Thank you.
CN sent $5 on Rumble. W Green pill.
Yeah.
Like what the witness said, that person looks like they've got training.
See the face? Dude. I told Amalek, I'm like, dude, let's not try to see too
Feels
hard.
to
But
me-
these
Davidson
faces,
sent $5.
Like what the
She
witness-
says forward instead of forward.
forward. Okay, forward. She doesn't do it right. Tactical. This face right here is why I hate her so much. Ready? Intense, hyper elite military movement.
Said that person looks like they've got training.
That one. That.
It's not giving Tyler Robinson to me. But what do
Doesn't
I
feel like him? He must be trained. It's just a fake Mossad assassin decoy with the military training. Like,
I'm not an expert. Like that just feels, and then he's gonna jump off of the rooftop like Spider-Man uninjured.
No, not
And
like
he's gonna-
Spider-Man,
he's gonna-
like a regular human being.
Dude.
You stupid bitch. Like a regular kid, like a regular teenager, young adult male. That's how he
Yeah.
jumped off that roof.
dude, the jump wasn't even so high. He landed on his feet and didn't even like fall down. He landed.
He like hung off and then he like jumped
Yeah.
back. Like it wasn't even the full length of his body from the bottom of his feet to the ground.
Yeah. She's still doing the like Spider-Man thing. Like, no, that was not like Spider-Man. That was like anybody jumping down from something high. He dropped. Yeah, he didn't even jump. He dropped, it let himself down and then dropped.
So
A
stupid.
run off, and he's just gonna be hungry, more hungry beyond. Like did Chick-fil-A do that?
See the faces she makes?
What did he
She
order
just
at
makes
Chick-fil-A?
Ugly faces like this. And that's supposed to be like, she could just show anything and make an ugly face, and then people think she's like onto something.
Do you know that 4K zoomed in footage that people were
All
going?
right, 55,000 likes. That's the best she got.
Anonymous
this is the
sent
explosive
$5.
evidence.
Gun culture
So right
is
after
pretty
this,
big
she
in
go-
Utah, and he very well could have trained with the plethora of military friends and cousins he would have known his entire
Yeah,
life.
he was a hunter. He was a hunter. We're going to show the photos of him in a second.
Jeff Hardy sent $5 on Rumble. Didn't do nothing, said Candace in defense of Tyler.
Yeah, he didn't. He's being framed.
So
Now,
right after that part in the actual thing, she goes on to explain that she's like, I don't know a lot about guns, but let me tell you, if somebody was aiming that rifle like that with that scope, with the type of rifle that was, he would have had a black eye maybe. Like she actually said something that stupid. Anybody who's shot a gun like that understand how dumb that is. She actually said that if Tyler Robinson had been the person to shoot that gun, that he would have had a black eye. That's how completely lost she is. She's completely retarded. She has no idea what she's fucking talking about whatsoever. That is dumber. That is one of the dumbest things she said out of all of this stuff.
Yeah. And stupid Stu Peters, one of the top glazers of Candace. Please pray, guys. Please pray. Candace isn't so much danger right now. She's doing something so important. Please pray for her, guys. Like, you couldn't be any more of like a pearl clutching baby, like sensationalist bullshitter. And thank you, Stu. We'll all see that it's bigger than anything we could have imagined.
You know, based on the things that I have learned over the past 12 hours, I say this with the utmost sincerity and with the highest levels of seriousness that I can imagine, that
This
we
is
need
so
to pray
serious
for
and
Candace
big time,
Owens.
guys.
You know, we've talked about how Charlie Kirk was killed. We've talked about all of the evidence that supports that. We've talked about where the murder was planned. We've talked about a lot of the who might have been involved. We talked about the is something that I have learned a lot about over the past.
Guys, I've learned something very important. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Yeah, all these grifters like helping each other out is what it is. You want to fall for the guy in J-Proof, the J-Proof guy? The guy that doesn't know why the moon's out at night? You're going to take his word for road mics? His word for backing Candace? Yeah, nothing's going to happen. Pure retardation.
Jocelyn 8 sent $10 on Rumble. Keep stacking those W's, Adam. White heart emoji.
Yeah, this is why they do it, though. Candace has 7 million followers, 8 million followers, so they all suck up to her to hope to get a retweet, to hope to get a reply, to hope to get a shout out. And now this whole like cottage industry of Charlie Kirk truthers has like taken over the internet. And
well, this is the entire anti-Zionist sphere. What was like 2 years ago to a year ago, well, it was about like, hey, like look at what Israel's doing, look how bad this is. They have control of our government. Our sovereignty isn't able to be exerted. Like, and all the things that we talked about. The day Charlie Kirk's been killed, that entire sphere, that entire area of the internet has now been nothing but this bullshit. Not talking about any of those issues. They're all doing all this conspiracy bullshit. They're doing all this stuff that has no bearing on all the other things that we've been talking about. So it's taken what was like, oh, look at this popular trend that's going on. Everyone's learning. Everyone's waking up. Which I don't think was entirely organic. Like we've talked about it before, but you know, to what degree it's real, it is a real thing going on. People are waking up to this. It has, you know, to some degree. And what's going on now is just this completely worthless speculation on a retarded conspiracy, and it's making every single person that's associated with anti-Zionism look dumb. And I don't understand how people don't see this. The only thing that was getting us any sort of like leverage or power in the public square was our ability to tell the truth and be correct. Being correct in analyzing reality and describing reality and making predictions, that is like our currency that we have in the public square and in the battle of ideas. If you can't predict the future and if you're not able to describe reality, then you're not useful in the public square. So it shouldn't surprise anyone that people that were right back then were right now, that this is why this is so important, because this entire thing has been co-opted around an idea that is fundamentally wrong, and it loses all of that cachet of being right for so long.
Yep. Just noticing things too. Candace Owens is sponsored by Goldco.
Dude, she has advertisements.
And so is Stu Peters.
Her ads, because I watched 3 episodes, I guess, in my little touching grass time. I was watching her episodes last couple of days.
Damn.
And she has ad reads. I know, it's been great. She has ad reads that are for like debt restructuring, a lot of different debt restructuring programs and things like that. And like I'm not like talking shit on anyone's finances or anything like that, but like that, a lot of those types of companies, like that is like a manipulative scam, basically, in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? These types of things that like, oh, you take all of your debt, come to us and we'll restructure it and give you a new lower rate and things like that. Some of them are legitimate businesses. I won't deny it, but I don't think that the ones that Candace had, like, that is like a shady way to do your business. That's her. Those are her advertisers. You know what I mean?
Simple explanation is they are functional psyops, whether fully controlled or not. Well, absolutely. Blonde Statism says it's almost like this is a coordinated disinfo network of well poisoners. Exactly. After enhancing this new raw footage she released at the 10-second mark, whoever is this person on the roof is a trained assassin. There really is no other explanation.
And I actually do want to show you
Ganks sent $10 regarding Candace. What legal process, if any, allows a court to order a psychiatric evaluation? As concerned citizens, we should petition for a court-ordered psychiatric evaluation.
I don't think she's going to get 5150, but she needs to be sued for defamation. She already is being, and the rest are going to probably come after the trial.
Well, she definitely should get in trouble for this if this is the video that wasn't supposed to get released.
Right, yeah. What is it? Obstruction of justice or jury tampering?
Yeah,
by getting this released?
I mean, if this is the same thing, I've seen mixed things. I've seen people that were in that room say that isn't the same video, and I've had people show that it's not. So I don't know it's hard to tell right now what's the truth there.
Because
I wasn't in the room.
And I actually do want to show you side by side so you can actually see a real military man do that alongside this person on the rooftop. Let's bring in that side by side clip. Here we go.
A baby does the same crawl. That's so funny.
Right there is known as a lateral crawl. There, and we're running that back and forth there.
Dude, there's only so many ways
that you can move while trying to stay low. Yeah. I don't understand how this is complicated.
If you want to not be seen and you want to move, that's like one of the only ways you can do it.
He's trying to keep his eyesight, his eye line of Charlie. He sees Charlie. That's his target. He's trying to keep his eyes on Charlie while not exposing himself. Because remember, we heard those people say that, oh, we saw someone up there, yada, yada, yada. If he just stood there, he would be silhouetting. Every single person that would just be in that situation would understand that you're silhouetting. You would see it yourself. You'd understand, and you'd want to get lower to the point where you're no longer silhouetting, but you still want to maintain eye contact with Charlie. This is not complicated. This is not hard. It does not require elite training. It requires a functioning brain. This is so crazy that she doesn't understand this.
If it turns out that like some of her followers that were in the courtroom secretly recorded and leaked it when the judge said not to, like that's going to be a serious crime, right?
I don't know. It depends, I guess.
And I actually do want to show you side by side so you can actually see a real back and forth there.
Okay, that's the same one we just saw. Hold on. Where's the rest of the video? Why did you omit information? You had this for months.
This is a part
Why didn't she play the other 7 minutes of him on the roof? You know, the 7 minutes where he allegedly assembles the rifle? She omits
apparently
that.
There's a whole lead up. Yeah.
Yeah. She admits that, and now they're all saying, oh, how come it doesn't show him setting up the rifle? It's like, well, because she didn't show what happens right before this.
Yeah, this is so stupid.
Look, crawling with a gun means it's a trained assassin.
Running
Shoot, I really want the clip of her. Yeah, this would be debunking all of her. Okay, so they're all saying there's no recoil. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I have the video up with AI, and I can ask it what are you specifically trying to look for when she goes over
where she says that you'd get a black eye from the recoil.
Yeah, okay, I got that. I'll get the timestamp in the clip.
So this is this guy's wife taking a shot, and she's standing up. So when you're laying down, you're like, there's a lot more of your body on the ground. It's going to push back less. And look at how little this is. Same gun. A woman holding it. You think you're going to see that from the distance of the camera? They're like, oh, you can't see the explosion out of the thing. Like, as if you're going to see that. You're saying, and that's like saying, oh, you don't know that it's really this murderer didn't do it. He's on camera, but you can't zoom in and see his fingerprints clear enough. So he's innocent.
Somebody said Paramount Tactical's retarded. He believed it was an exploding mic. I think he was kidding when he said that. This whole time he's been debunking all these things. I don't think that he thought it was an exploding mic.
So a woman sitting upright, barely any recoil at all. So don't let anybody do this recoil bullshit.
Dude, that picture, the 30-06 bullet like that is how these idiots think, dude. This is how they actually think that the bullets work. It's fucking insane. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's wondering out loud why you can't see the recoil on a recording of a high quality video from super far away.
Look, the trick with the gun with a recoil like that, okay, it's very very simple. Okay, if you're a newbie and you don't like have the gun being held properly or held right in a way where you're like ready for the recoil, it's going to bounce and it's going to recoil way worse than if you're just like, okay, I'm shooting this gun for the first time. Oh, here we go, boom. And like, you're not ready for that recoil. That first time you shoot it, yeah, it's going to hit you in the face. It's going to kick you in the shoulder and things like that. All it requires is just a little bit of tension in your hands, and it will not do that any longer. And just shooting it a second, third, fourth, or fifth time eliminates almost all of that recoil. So people who have shot it for the very first time, yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Okay, cool. Knock your glasses off because you're a nerd, whatever it is. I got it. But after shooting it 2 or 3 times or multiple times, that dissipates because you just got to hold it, properly. You just got to hold it with like a little bit of tension, and it doesn't do that as much. I posted the thing in the chat.
Wasn't involved at all. Candace is an actress following a script.
Yeah, if anything, that should have been the line of inquiry from the beginning. Like, was there anybody else involved with him putting him up to this? That should have been the real investigation. But now that they can't like move the goalpost and walk it back so far and just fall back onto that now. That's not the way it works. Where's the recoil? As if you're going to see... Hold on, look at this. I forgot I got a little thing here. Like super far away, you're going to see a little thing like that. Like, don't be ridiculous.
I mean, you could watch 50 caliber sniper rifles like that getting shot, and you can see like it kicking the person back or moving it back. They usually put like blocks of wood or having somebody stand behind the prone person with their foot to keep them from kind of moving back. If you're going to shoot a lot of like 50 cal sniper rifle, but they're all treating a 30-06 like it's a 50 cal sniper rifle. That is not the same thing.
And I still bet you on the zoomed in high quality version that's not a recording of a screen in the courtroom, I still think you might, zoomed in and slowed down frame by frame, you might be able to see a little something still. All right, so here's Andrew Wilson and Stu Peters debating. This is why Candace won't even reply to debate challenges. She knows she would come off way worse than Stu here. The crash out. Let's see.
You want to take 30 minutes to discuss your claims and then 30 minutes to discuss mine, I'm happy to do that. But you can't shift out of the burden of your own claims.
Guys, this is an official Red Ryder BB gun. No recoil. If there's no recoil, put on the tin.
You start with those, and then after that 30 minutes is done, you can ask me whatever it is that you want.
The burden isn't on me.
The burden is on you for claims that you've made.
It's not on Candace Owens. It's not on Baron Coleman. The burden is not on any of us.
Then let me just now answer my question. Was Andrew Colvett at Fort Tachuca or not? Was he there or not, Stu?
Where's Andrew Colvett? Why won't
answer
he
the
come out and
question,
answer that
Stu?
question?
And why don't you answer the question since you made the claim? Was he there or not?
Where is the evidence that Tyler Robinson
answer my question,
killed Charlie Kirk?
Was Andrew Colvett at Fort Tachuca?
Dude, Stu is just doing damage control, being evasive, not answering any questions. This is the best. This is the best they have to offer.
I don't know if Andrew Colvett was
then
at
why did you say you were
100%
100% sure he's linked to it?
Okay.
First answer the question,
Stu. Do you know all of the evidence that you would have to ignore to consider that to be an outlandish consideration?
You said he was 100% linked. Was that a lie, Stu? Were you lying?
No, I wasn't lying. You
okay,
said
great.
that
So then
Tyler
show me the
Robinson
100%
killed
link.
Charlie Kirk. Everybody
show me
at
the
Turning
100%
Point has
link.
said that. You're the guy who's out here trying to lure people into defamation lawsuits to make specific claims. When the claim has been made.
Dude, that is so crazy. Oh, the people that are blaming Erica for murdering him, now they're like, you're trying to get me in a defamation lawsuit. So now when you're in the debate, you're scared to say anything? Such frauds.
That Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk.
Okay, you know what? Here, I'll try a different one. See if you can answer another one. Okay, so is it the case then, Stu, do you believe that a small insect flew into Snow's room and it was actually secretly a government device?
Are you serious? None
Yes.
of this would be a topic of discussion if you could just tell us how Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. That's the claim that's been made.
Stu?
Shot him from the roof. What do you mean? You can't tell me how he killed him. He shot him from the roof.
Did Tyler Robinson write those messages?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because the chain of custody of his phone he had in his pocket when he came in.
His phone was taken from him immediately, and then a confession was disseminated.
No, dude, he's still regurgitating that? That got debunked in the trial. They're still doubling down on the lies that have already been refuted.
On Discord.
So do you think that the cops sent them to themselves?
I have no idea. Did you take money from Turning Point?
Do you to teach
Stop
a
lying
debate
about
course
that.
for one day?
You're trying once again to displace burden.
I literally trained a debate course for one day, which I do all across the world for people.
You've been paid by Turning Point.
I have not been paid by any Jews or Turning Point, and I agree with Andrew on this topic. This is such a cop-out. Oh, you're just asking me for proof because you're paid by Turning Point.
Candace Owens was
fucking
paid,
retarded.
Candace Owens was paid by Turning Point.
Yeah.
What if we established?
I'll just say, I think Candace Owens could be Charlie Kirk's only real friend.
Yeah, but she was paid by Turning Point hell of a lot more than I was. I'm just going to grant all of this. They're all a bunch of filthy liars. Those lying bastards, always lying about lying, and then they lie on top of those lies. Great. How does any of this establish any of your theories? How does any of this disprove that Tyler Robinson fired that shot? How is it that when we have text message evidence and DNA and we have bullet fragments all pulled out and we have a medical examiner claiming he was shot, you run out there and say that he was killed by a microphone? You claim Andrew Colvett was sitting in Fort Tuchanka. You've made this claim many, many times. You say Erica Kirk is as well. Are you the liar, Stu? Because if you're not the liar, then look me dead in the eye and say that they were there or they weren't. But don't lie to me, man, and I won't lie to you.
Stu, you got a minute.
It's not incumbent upon anybody that's investigating the death of Charlie Kirk to prove that their theory is right.
What?
It is incumbent upon
fuck off, Stu. I hate these
What?
people, dude. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Get away from me. Holy shit. Straight to jail,
It's not our
Stu.
burden to prove. What's funny is this is Andrew's argument too. He goes, "Not my burden." So he's tried the same bullshit when he's
I was just gonna say,
being a
yeah.
Christian apologist.
I was going to say, Andrew actually, he's, I agree that, he's on the right side here, but him doing the it's women's fault thing, which is like the wrong way to do what I was saying earlier about the weed gummy Candace brain people thing. Like, so he's getting that part wrong.
It's SSRI women.
Yeah, maybe there's some truth to some of that.
Yeah,
but
there is. It is.
But blaming women for it in general is retarded because that's obviously not true. But also, he has been doing giving them layups.
I think most of Candace's real followers are women. It's not just women. I wouldn't blame it. This is not a woman problem. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Well, he's doing it.
There's
It's
Ian
because
Carroll, there's Stu. All of the orbiters are not women. Jimmy Dore, Lionel,
I agree.
Baron Coleman, Ian Carroll, Stu Peters.
He made the argument that the 19th Amendment has led to this. He literally directly made that, which is retarded. That's retarded. That's a dumb argument. And then also earlier that picture that you brought up, and I was like, I don't think that's Tyler Robinson. He tweeted that out earlier like a total noob and was like,
that's where I saw
look here. Oh yeah, that's a fake that's a picture from someone else's Facebook. And I only know that because I posted that like way back when this first happened. I posted that picture in an argument with one of these guys, and then they DM me and it was like, "Oh, you're a noob, you're an idiot. That's from this thing here." And I looked into it, and yeah, that actually is not a picture of Robinson. That's like some other Mexican kid. So it's not the same person.
Finally get these guys after badgering him because they were all running for a debate forever. And then he gets up there and says, "Oh, you're just trying to get me to get a defamation case, or I don't have to prove anything." It's just like, dude, you are a fraud.
People who are trying to hang a man, to kill him, to gas him, to shoot him, to put a needle in his arm.
Yeah, we get it.
Put him in a chair.
We get it.
It is incumbent upon the state. It's incumbent upon these people who have this man on trial to prove why it's an open and shut case.
What photos are you claiming that?
Yeah, but they've been making the claim that there is no case and it's all fake and it's really a road mic and Erica's really a rapist and all that. They've been making so many claims, and then when they get pressed on proof of the claims, they go, "Not my burden. I don't have to have any proof for the claims." They have nothing. Yeah, the burden of proof is on the accuser. You can't just make shit up and expect people to believe
Erica Kirk forged with kids that weren't hers. What?
Well, you know that picture with her finger over it? That was the alibi. I wasn't on Fort Huachuca.
Prove those weren't her kids.
Who's a lying scam artist that already ripped everybody off with his meme coin? But because everybody's retarded and wants to grift, nobody held him accountable for it. And he's still around spewing his bullshit.
Prove those weren't her kids. Prove it. How do you know those weren't her kids?
I have seen the pictures of Charlie Kirk's kids.
That doesn't
Everybody
prove shit,
has.
Stu.
Everybody knows.
The faces are obstructed.
It was for the wrong day.
The faces are
That's
obstructed,
not an alibi. It's
Stu.
for a
By the way, it
completely
wasn't
different
for the
day.
wrong. How do you know it was for the wrong day?
And
How do you
actually,
know?
from what I understand, it's already been confirmed from Turning Point that one of those kids, in fact, wasn't her. So you guys can't even keep your story straight.
No.
From the shill to the Turning
Okay,
Point.
who confirmed
people who pay
it?
you.
Yeah, who confirmed it?
From what I have heard, somebody in Turning Point
from
has
what you
acknowledged.
heard.
From what I've heard, somebody said it.
And you can maybe that's wrong. I don't know. But
Yeah,
I can
Steve,
see
that's
clearly
great.
maybe
You
that's
heard
our
it.
kids.
See, they'll make an argument and then go, "Oh, actually, I have no proof. Maybe it's wrong." When they get pressed,
This is what made me so mad in the spaces is because I had spent like months and months like teaching people and explaining to them, like, okay, you can't let people squirm out of the arguments of the historical Jesus debate. If somebody says it's a bunch of sources, you have to be like, okay, name the source, and you then need to drill down. And when they say Tacitus and I prove Tacitus isn't real, you have to make them admit that Tacitus isn't real. And then when they go to Pliny, then you can attack Pliny. And then when they go to Josephus, the attack on Josephus. And you can't let the person weave in and out and go and like do what we see Stu doing. And that was like what we were doing in the historical Jesus stuff, okay? Because we have the facts on our side. We're confident that we can do that, okay? And then we see this exact same behavior being done by our own people, acting just like Stu is here now when we talk about this Kirk case. What evidence do you have? Show me what evidence. Road Mike, Fort Huachuca, Egyptian planes. That's all they have. And those are worse pieces of evidence than Tacitus, Josephus, or Pliny. Okay, so that's why it's so frustrating to see people who get what we're saying on the other stuff completely lose their brain on this thing. It's crazy to watch in real time.
Oh, that's great. You heard it from somebody who supposedly through the grapevine.
Andrew. The burden is on
they're
the
on
state
his
to prove
phone.
that
They're on his phone. They take pictures of him on the phone. Then they pull the data off the phone. That's not enough evidence for you, though, Stu, because it's some.
And the defense doesn't say these are fabricated messages. He never sent these messages.
Point the Jews could have written them somewhere, right?
I think the defense is going for
Where do the
That's
Jews
not an
come
ad
from?
hom.
The Jews are everywhere.
How is that?
Dude, he doesn't
get
even
him off
know
of-
what an ad hominem is. Oh my God. Listen to this.
That's not enough evidence for you, though, Stu, because at some point the Jews could have written them somewhere, right?
Okay, I thought you didn't want to do ad homs. Where do the
That's
Jews
not
come
an ad
from?
hom.
The Jews are everywhere.
How is that an ad hom?
Because you know that's what you've been watching my show. That's what you want to do. You want me to get on a Jew chat, which I can do. If you want to debate the Jews, we can do that.
Well, what I'm doing, have any evidence?
Dude, he was steel manning your argument, Stu. You claim the Jews killed Charlie and they fabricated the messages. He says you think the Jews did the messages, and he goes, "That's an ad hom. That's an ad hom." Dude, I can't get over how dumb Stu is, dude. How is this allowed?
Twitch
It's not
was doing
incumbent
that?
upon me to prove that Tyler Robinson is innocent. Do you
It is the
understand how
second you
system
post
of
it as an
justice
alternative
works?
theory. And what have you learned in
The
your
criminal justice system?
Yeah,
in
what have
this
you learned in your
country means that
investigation?
it's the
Stu?
burden of the prosecution to show
what have
us
you
how he
learned
did it.
what have you learned actually in your investigation here? What have you actually learned? Just that TPUSA is full of
I've learned
liars?
a lot of things. Oh,
What?
yeah, of course I
Certainly
have.
not how to
what?
read.
What have you
Primarily.
actually learned?
I've learned a whole lot.
What?
But that's
He
not
can't
what I'm here
name
to
anything.
discuss.
Yeah, what? They have no argument. He's like, give me your best. I remember I watched a space where Andrew was debating a bunch of these, like, no big influencer debate him. So he just opened up a space and he goes, I'll talk to anybody debating this. And he's like, what's your best evidence? And like, they say things that are wrong and been debunked, or they'll be like, oh, they paved over it 2 days later or something like that.
They literally
here we
share
go.
like AI shit, AI bullshit. Like, oh, didn't you see that picture of
Yeah.
what was the picture that
That's what it
was AI in that space?
It was an
What
AI
was it?
image. The number one evidence the dude brought up, and it was an AI fake image.
Yeah, that's good too. Yep, there we are.
That would be his confession.
That
Remember
sounds
when
like
he
an
confessed?
investigation.
Do you remember
actually.
when he confessed, Stu, via text message? You
No,
remember when
I
he
don't.
sent text messages to his boyfriend and laid out the entirety of it? He said that he ditched his rifle. He said that he shot Kirk. He went through the entirety of everything
No, he
that he
didn't.
did.
said,
Yes, he
I
did.
it. He never said what he did.
He did what?
He said, I
What do you
did it.
think he did? What do you
I don't
think he
know.
was referencing? I don't know.
I have no idea. It is not
I did
incumbent
it.
upon me to prove.
Wow. So the text messages of him saying, I did it. Well, we don't know what he did. Bro. Now you see why everybody's been scared to debate. They are lying frauds.
What he meant.
Yeah, I did
That's-
it.
It's the prosecution's burden to prove what he meant when he said, I did it.
He meant
But
he
here
meant
you
he
go.
was he meant
Here
he
you
was going to
You
go get
said
ice
He
cream.
went through in great detail about what he did and all this. He said,
Yeah.
I did it. He didn't
Yeah.
say what he did. So
No, he
like
did.
Jack Posobiec misrepresented, just like Benny Johnson said that it's open and shut. We saw it. He pulled the trigger. You're now just making shit up. He
No,
said, I
bro.
did it. What is the it that he did? And how
He
can you
references
prove it?
exactly what it is that he did.
How can you
So,
prove that he
it's
wrote
really
any
funny.
message at all?
It's really funny. Well, the state says that they pulled the data off his phone after they collected it from
Okay,
him.
Well, a lot of people say a lot of things that aren't true. Erica Kirk says that she didn't date or drink, and she
Don't
was
you think
on
that the
a national
prosecution
television
might have
show
brought that
dating
up?
and drinking.
Don't you think the prosecution would have brought up during the preliminary hearing those weren't his messages if they weren't, Stu?
Yeah.
Don't you think that the prosecution's
Answer the
job
question,
at the
Stu.
preliminary hearing is to provide their most damning evidence? We've seen the totality of
I'm
it.
asking about.
That's not the. He asked, why isn't the defense saying that these are fabricated messages and he's being set up? And he goes, I think it's the prosecution's job to. No, bro. If anybody is still on board after watching this, like, you have mental problems, and I don't ever want to hear anything from you ever again.
The preliminary hearing is to provide their most damning evidence. We've seen the totality of it.
I'm asking about
What
the
is it
defense.
that
Why
convinces
didn't
you
the
that
defense
Tyler
say that,
Robinson
Stu?
shot Charlie Kirk?
Why didn't the defense say these messages are not authentic? He did not write them. Why didn't they say
Because
that,
it
Stu?
is not the defense's job to do that. Again, you don't
It is the
understand
defense's job to
judicial
do that.
process in this country.
Bro, that is the defense's
preliminary
job.
hearing is the equivalent of a grand jury. It is
And
not
does
the
the
defense's
defense get
job.
to-
It is not the defense's turn to put on a.
So when the prosecution tries to get on the record and as an exhibit in the trial these messages where he says he did it, the defense isn't going to say, no, those are fake.
Show and talk about how innocent Tyler Robinson is at a preliminary hearing.
So let's pretend you were at a
prosecution's
grand.
job to prove that there is enough evidence to put him on trial for his life.
Yeah, mark my word again, bookmark this, clip this. After he is, unless they get a secret Candace follower on the stand and have a hung jury, or on the jury and have a hung jury, he's going to be convicted. And then they're all going to say he's an actor. He's an AI, he's an actor, he's MK Ultra. It's going to be one. That's the only thing they're going to have to fall back to. It's coming.
And
So Stu, let's pretend for a second that
you
you're in a
acknowledge
grand
that's right?
jury. No,
Hold
that's
on.
not correct. It's not correct. I'll
not?
show you. I'll prove it.
Sure.
So let's pretend that you're at your own grand jury hearing for them to see if they're going to send you off to trial or not, or a preliminary like this. Would you, if you were in Tyler Robinson's position, have wanted your lawyers to introduce that the one smoking gun that they have over all else, which is text messages, weren't even Tyler Robinson's if they had some evidence to that? Wouldn't
it
you,
would be
Stu?
completely unprecedented and totally out of order.
How would it be
and against
unprecedented?
the rules, 100% against the this is not the judicial process.
Yes, it is the judicial
First
process.
of all,
Why couldn't
grand
they
jury
do that?
indictments are secret. Okay, so you don't go up here before your grand jury.
I said preliminary, Stu.
Okay, preliminary hearings are the equivalent of a grand jury. It is the prosecution's job to show the defense and the court all of the evidence to exhibit whether or not there is enough evidence for the judge to say, yes, this guy should go on trial for his life.
1776 Thesequel sent $5 on Rumble. Hey Adam and Amalek, idea that some sexually confused hick liberal couldn't do this is stupid. The guy admitted it and his own family turned state's witness against him.
Yeah.
Peak conspirat heart world bro.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm all for a conspiracy or a secret assassinations by Israel, but when just everything that you suggest is retarded and wrong, or just like Candace making funny faces and saying that feels wrong, and there's all this overwhelming evidence, like what else are we supposed to think? You're just handing them easy W's at this point.
So, we have seen the totality of all of the evidence that the prosecution has.
Text messages.
What is the evidence that you say proves that Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk with his grandfather's 30-06 from the rooftop of the Losi building?
Yep. The fact that he said that he did it
Where's
in
the
text
footage
messages.
that Jack Posobiec says that he saw?
The fact
Where's
that he
the
said,
footage
so I'm trying to give you the evidence,
Why the
bro.
need
You just
to
don't
lie
ever
about
shut
that?
up. You never.
So when the trial starts and the defense doesn't try to claim that text messages are fake or fabricated, what are you going to say? Oh, well, of course, the feds got to his. I mean, I don't know how they're not saying this already. They're pretending like it's a real trial, right? It's the feds that doesn't he have a public defender? Isn't it the state defense? I'm pretty sure it is.
Can't remember. I think so.
So they're going to say, "Oh, well, yeah, the feds are just they're giving him. It's a show trial." That's what they were saying from day one, anyway. I'm surprised they don't just say that.
If you want to take 30 minutes to discuss your claims and for the wrong, how do you know it was for the wrong day?
And
have you learned in
the
your
criminal
great
justice system.
Yeah,
in
what
this
have you learned?
country-
What?
But that's not what I'm here to discuss.
Yeah, what?
He's not here to discuss any of the arguments.
Why didn't the defense say these messages are not authentic? He did not write them. Why?
The explanation.
It
was
really
a big
wasn't.
process that went into that. That was kind of a outside
there
of the
really
standard
wasn't a big problem.
System works. We talked about the confession, by the way.
The evidence
Okay.
is that he sent all of the text messages over. The evidence is overwhelming in that regard.
Okay,
He sent
so-
the text messages to them. They
Okay.
pulled the data off the phone.
Sure.
Right? I don't know.
Okay, so
what else
I'll
would you
accept
want?
That. I'll accept that. So you've got early on. What day was it that they talked about the confession, by the way?
Why would that? Why
Do you
would that
remember
be
what day of the
relevant
week
to
it was?
the confession?
Well, because Monday through Thursday, we saw the preliminary hearings where it's the defense's job to sit and listen to the prosecution present their case against their client. It is not their job to argue their client's innocence. And by the way, that is not how the judicial system works once again in this country. It is to prove a man guilty beyond the shadow of a reasonable doubt. Do you agree with that?
Yes, that I agree with.
Okay. So,
Well,
Monday,
I mean,
Tuesday,
no,
Wednesday, or
beyond
Thursday,
reasonable,
while we were
beyond
watching the
reasonable
preliminary
doubt. Hang on,
hearings,
hang on, it's two. Beyond reasonable doubt, not a shadow.
beyond
of a
reasonable
doubt.
doubt. Okay, beyond reasonable doubt that he's guilty.
Yes.
That's their job, to provide the totality of the most damning evidence that they have
Yes.
at the preliminary hearing.
Yes, that's part
Monday
of it.
through
yes.
Thursday, when cameras were allowed in the courtroom, we heard a lot about DNA.
Yeah.
We heard about all the magic tricks, by the way, that were done on the DNA to make Tyler Robinson show up in the first place.
There was no
When
magic
first
tricks.
Only Lance Twiggs.
That's just made up.
It was quite the explanation.
It
there was a
really
big
wasn't.
process that went
No,
into
it
that.
wasn't.
That was kind of a
She said she
outside-
knew by like trillions that it matched his DNA. Wrong.
There
of the
really
standard-
wasn't a big process that went
outside
into
of the
it.
standard. Are you a DNA expert?
No, I listened to the testimony. What is the
Okay.
big? What is
All
the
right,
big
perfect.
kerfluffle?
Perfect.
What was the magic
Yeah,
trick?
well, the big kerfluffle was when on Friday they turned the cameras off, and here comes the Bindergate crew rolling into town. Officer Tatum, Jack Posobiec, Benny Johnson, behind closed doors with no cameras in there. Don Jr., they're all there putting on quite the spectacle for the Fox News people.
You mean all of Charlie's close friends? You can't say, oh, it's the Zionists and Binder people. Yeah, that's who Charlie was friends with. Who else do you expect to be there?
Yeah.
And then they come out and they said, we saw the video. We saw it.
What does that have to do with the DNA, Stu?
Because the DNA, which isn't enough, because I don't know how it got there.
Wait. How did we
okay,
get to
so-
the DNA from this? What are
okay,
you talking about,
listen,
dude?
none of what we have heard, none of the bullshit that you're spewing as the guy who's paid by Turning Point.
What
It was not
bullshit?
paid by Turning Point. Lie
None
again.
of what the prosecution said in the courtroom is enough to convince anybody that Tyler Robinson
Yeah, but
shot
Stu,
Charlie
you just
Kirk.
made a claim. You just
Which
said that
is
they did a
why-
bunch of magic tricks to the DNA.
Which
I asked
is
you
why-
what, and
hold
you
on.
said Jack Posobiec
Okay,
went in and lied
let's
to the
say
camera
no
about a
magic
video.
tricks were done.
Yeah.
Let's
What?
say no magic tricks
Okay,
were
great.
done, and
Let's say
Tyler
none.
Robinson's DNA was found on a gun that apparently is his own. Okay, great.
Yeah.
And we can get to that.
Okay, let's.
My
That's not
DNA
evidence,
My
apparently.
DNA is on this pen.
Watching him on the roof, drive there, limp up the stairs with it in his thing, on the roof, take the shot, run, jump it off. When he jumps off the roof, you can see him with the gun in the towel, stashes it in the woods, text messages that he's got to go back and get it. None of this is evidence, according to these morons.
If my audio video guy comes and takes this pen and walks out and stabs somebody, my DNA is on it. Does that mean that I stabbed that person? No. Okay. Well, anyways,
What?
none of the
What
evidence
does
that
that
was
have to do with
presented,
anything?
none of the evidence that because the DNA wasn't enough.
By
Yeah,
itself,
it's not
it would
just the DNA. That's only one element of it, of the
Couldn't be
evidence.
enough.
The confession
The fact
wasn't
that
enough.
he happened to,
Everybody knows that it's not enough, which is why
Yeah.
Jack Posobiec and Benny Johnson lied.
So does he think Mossad stole his grandpa's gun from his closet at his house 3 hours away and planted it there? That's the theory?
It's why they misrepresented what happened
That's
in the
just,
courtroom.
bro. That
It's
doesn't-
why they came
you see
out of
how
the
you get to a
courtroom and lied,
conclusion
because they know
You see
that
how you,
what has
that
been
makes,
shown is not enough
Yeah,
evidence
bro.
to convince
Stu,
anybody
Stu.
that putting this Patsy to death
How did you
is
get to the conclusion,
reasonable.
Stu? How do you get to the conclusion that because
Jack
it
Posobiec
wouldn't
lied?
be enough, it wouldn't be enough if some guy out in the
Zelensky,
parking lot
you're a
stabbed
complete
somebody with your
retard.
pen,
They
and your
obviously
DNA is on
they
it,
measured the
that some-
bullet and they came out and said it's within the bounds of a 30-06. Just because they didn't say it's within the bounds of 30-06 and it weighed this much grams before the trial even started isn't suspicious at all, you fucking retard. They literally asked the person this question in the fucking hearing that you didn't listen to, you stupid bitch, because you're too fucking retarded to actually look up or anything that you think you can go, hey, Google, how much did the bullet weigh? Oh, Google doesn't
Hey,
say it,
Guac,
well, I
how
guess
much
they
does this
killed him.
bullet weigh in this
Hey,
picture?
Hey, how much did the bullet weigh?
Dude, they
Dude, who
literally
cares about what
provided
it weighs, dude? You guys just are gonna never accept
They
that
said
you were
they
wrong.
weighed the bullet in
He
the
got
report
shot
that I
with the
linked.
fragments of the soft point bullet, and you're like, but how much does it weigh? Like, go away, Zelensky. We don't like you.
Zelensky, take the test yourself. Put a fucking 30-06 bullet through your fucking neck. Take it out and weigh it if you want to know how much they weigh. You stupid fucking bitch. Holy
Now that
shit.
means Jack
You are
Persona
so
has to
dumb.
lie about
The
Sue
trial
Donnell.
hasn't started. The trial hasn't started. You fucking retard. You fucking idiot. I can't wait until we get a the preliminary is over, the trial starts, and that expert comes up and they say, okay, so we want to make sure that the bullet is matching. And they're going to ask them all these retarded ass questions, just like you're talking about right now. Oh, then how did you know this? How did you know that? The initial report has in there of the person, the expert, saying that they weighed it and matched it because they couldn't tell the fragments. They couldn't match them up with touching the barrel. Okay, so they had to weigh it to identify the type of bullet it is. That's what it says in the report I linked you. So acting like, oh, nobody weighed it because they didn't release how much it weighed in grams. Well, I guess that's pretty sus. You're a fucking retard.
Yeah, just like Candace said that Tyler wasn't on campus, right? Or that Twigs wasn't questioned, right?
Well, I guess
Wrong
Google doesn't
about
know how much
everything.
the bullet weighed, so I guess it wasn't. I guess it was Israel that did it. I guess Stu Peters and Candace Owens is right, because Google AI doesn't know how much the grams the bullet weighed right now, even though in the fucking report it says they goddamn fucking weighed it to identify it. And I linked you the report, fuckface.
Yep.
Doesn't follow from what you just said. What are you talking
Your slow
about?
brain
Stu?
isn't following. DNA is not enough.
We said no ad hoc.
If my DNA is on the pen,
dude,
somebody goes and
saying your
stabs
brain is slow enough is not an ad. Dude, nobody knows what an ad hominem is. That's an insult. An insult is not an ad hominem.
somebody with the pen.
Yeah.
Is my DNA being on the pen enough to put me on trial for my life?
No.
Okay. There isn't enough. That is the reason why nobody believes that Tyler Robinson killed him with a 30-06.
Nobody believes it, guys. Nobody believes it.
That's me right there. That's my face every time I read one of these stupid ass comments.
Yeah.
Public
That's
won't
so
believe
crazy. As if the only evidence we have is the DNA. He's going to ignore every other component of the evidence and go, oh, just DNA, that's not enough. I just can't with these people, man.
What are you talking? Well, that has nothing to do with anything.
It's why they felt the need to lie. They know there's not enough.
Bro,
the burden of proof
what
is not on the people who are investigating what really happened to Charlie. The burden of proof is on the prosecution, and there's not enough evidence.
Stu.
I want to know, what is the evidence?
Yeah, okay, we'll go through the evidence again.
You're saying it's overwhelming.
When you say it is
the
the
confession,
case, when you
that wasn't
say,
enough.
Bro,
the DNA wasn't enough.
Nico, you got to moderate.
The grainy
at some
video
point,
wasn't
dude.
enough.
This guy's not allowed to just filibuster.
None of it was
the
enough.
entire
You're representing
time.
There's interruptions on both
Tyler
sides.
Robinson's
Like we're not
guilty.
even able. If we,
This is a filibuster. He won't even let me respond to the things he asked me. We asked me a question, then he answers the damn question he asked me.
No,
so the thing
exactly
is
what
like,
you're
look,
doing.
here's how it works, bro. You're right. DNA is not enough. A text message confession, along with the fact that Tyler Robinson was in the area, which is very strange, right? We have his vehicle that's there. We have him there. We have the rifle that happens to be his grandfather's in the woods. Boy, nothing suspicious here. On top of all of that, we have his text message that is going to his boyfriend. Right? Everything is pointing at Robinson, which is why
by the way, any one of these pillars, and I think traditionally like 30 years ago or 40 years ago would have convicted him, just so everybody's clear.
Right.
So the entire idea of what a court case does and a trial and all these things, it's developed over European civilization, the idea of how our court system works and how we bring trial evidence to trial and try people in a fair trial in this country. That's such an important part of our foundation. Every single trial to these people before just like 30 years ago is basically null and void, because any one of these individual pillars would have been enough to absolutely convict him on the death penalty before DNA, all the DNA evidence.
Before DNA, say there was no security footage of him on the roof, only him driving in from 3 hours away and limping up the stairs with the gun in his thing. That would have been enough.
any individual thing. Yeah. Any like the confession to the boyfriend on the text message. If you would have written in a letter in the early 1900s or put over Telegram, oh yeah, I did it because I couldn't take his hate anymore, anything like that. If you would have written that out in your journal, okay, and that was in your journal, they could have produced that in the court, and that would have been enough evidence to put most people away. These people have a completely warped sense of idea of what the idea of the burden of proof of evidence must be beyond a reasonable doubt. They're totally retarded.
So Stu in the debate won't defend any of his claims or accusations or positions. He just says, it's not my burden, not my burden. You have to prove it. But then when he's on his show or when he's in spaces or he's tweeting things, he knows 100%. And if you don't agree, you're a Fed and all this shit. Here's a little bit of that.
So you believe there was an exploding mic on Charlie's right shoulder, right?
I don't believe that it was necessarily an exploding mic, but yes, a weaponized mic. Yes.
Okay. So you think it was the battery that come from the mic and hit Charlie on the left side of the neck?
That's right. We've been through this.
Dude, this is so dumb that they're saying it's the battery. Like it's a projectile battery went through his neck? Really? Then what are the fragments? Then what's the gun with the DNA stashed? What's the guy on the roof pointing at Charlie? Like, this is beyond I can't believe this is actually happening. It really does feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone or that dude, this has to be an op. This has to be a psyop. No way this is 100% organic.
No, it's definitely being promoted by people that are like doing the psyop thing. I mean, dude, I didn't even say it, but on her show, she played the full uninterrupted Lego video, but just so you know. So for 15 minutes after she did all this evidence, she just like throws up Iranian state propaganda, and then she just ends it with, yep, that's all true, not a single piece of that's false. So even if it's not her like, knowingly participating in a psyop, she is functionally like part of this psyop done by a foreign government that we are at war with. Okay, does everybody understand that? We are at war with Iran. We have been at war with Iran, and we've been at war with Russia for years now. Okay, and the way war looks like in the year 2026 is the other side propagandizes the war on social media.
Propaganda warfare. That's what this is.
Yeah,
not
that's what's going on.
There's a bunch of useful idiots also amplifying this, or sincere believing low IQ sheep.
Yeah,
but
and just like imagine
there's something else nefarious.
Imagine during like World War I or World War II, just like allowing the Germans to like produce and publish newspapers in New York City or in America, saying, "Oh yeah, look, the Americans are going down. They're losing any day now. They're losing to trench warfare. The Germans are breaking through the line," giving out false reports of the information. That's what's going on right now because of the internet. There's our government's not stopping and not even trying. We would never have allowed that. No one would ever allow the enemy country that you're fighting a war against to propagandize your people towards basically like being, morally.
Candace going over to Russia and then they let her come back and do all this. Yeah, it's like it's bizarre. That's sus.
We are at war with those countries, and this is how war is fought in 2026. And people need to wake the fuck up and understand that the war is being fought on social media, and it's being fought over opinions and minds and things like that. They're trying to undermine each other's ability to govern the other country through this type of bullshit. Distrust in the institutions, chaos engineering. This is the point of what they're doing. So even if Candace isn't knowingly part of it, like I said, she's putting the Lego thing uninterrupted and saying everything about it's right on her show. That's enough. Case closed. It's over. She's done. She is part of a psyop that's trying to demoralize our side during a war that is going on right now. And people are like, oh, why does this matter? Why does covering Candace matter? We are covering the controlled op psyop network on our country and on our people as part of this big Gog and Magog Iran war. This is the lead up to it, guys. This is how it's starting. The war is going on online right now, okay, in the minds of the people, and Iran's way, because they sure as fuck can't win on the battlefield. Iran can't. So they're trying to win with this little meme war, okay? And to be honest, it seems like this is like they're a little bit winning the war since everybody is fucking retarded and cooked online. There's very few people that are calling this out. So that's the better way to understand what's going on right now.
Yep.
Davin Sinau sent $5. Do you think we could say we are in World War III?
Yeah, I always say that. Yeah, in the big picture, if it escalates even more, we're not going to say, oh, it started today. It started years ago. It started with Crimea, basically, you could say.
I mean, World War II started with the Spanish Civil War, you could say, in many ways. World War II started with with World War I, you could say, in many ways. You could make arguments for both of those. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little arbitrary. All right.
I think that
Okay,
battery
let's do some more because I gotta go like in 6 minutes, not a second more.
would
FYI.
be moving as fast as the bullet.
No, I don't think that a battery would move as fast as a bullet. No.
Well, from what I understand, it would be moving nearly 10 times the speed of a bullet. But let's say the neck, we know the neck is round. The center point of the front of the neck sticks out the furthest point.
Yeah, exactly.
So where Charlie was hit was further around. So you're going to say that this battery skipped the high point of his neck, come around and hit him in the neck and stopped. It didn't rip through his neck and keep going. It stopped in his neck.
It didn't stop.
All it takes is the slightest little bit of push, just reiterating their theory back to them and the implications. The road mic's here. How did it not hit him here? First of all, because the neck is round. How did it go out and then go in the neck? And they keep saying it's the battery, dude. Stu, how do they not know this? They use road mics. They know the magnetic thing clips to your shirt.
Yeah, it stopped after it made a shallow entry, but deep enough to create the trauma that we saw, where after the object was removed, after it fell out, it gave a pathway for the escape of the brain blood that we all saw coming out.
Whoa. So the battery went in and then dropped out, and then the blood came out from the brain. This is
also, what's that?
So you don't think it went all the way to the spine?
No, I don't. Because
well, then what was the explosions out of the back of his head and back?
I can see the object in a freeze frame falling from his neck, and then immediately after that, I can see all the blood start coming out. So the first thing that I did was I reached out. I'm in Minnesota, and I happen to know a couple of trauma surgeons, and they referred me above them also to above and beyond them, who both told me, by the way, that it was their hypothesis that it was brain blood. And they described the reasons why. And then they also had me talk to a neurosurgeon. These people, obviously, I can't mention because they would lose their jobs. But
totally.
A very qualified trauma
my
neurosurgeon,
imaginary source told
brain
me.
surgeon, who also agrees that what we saw coming out of Charlie's neck was brain blood. And
Brain blood. Hold on. Is there even blood in the brain? Isn't there a blood-brain barrier?
Yeah, there's
like
but it would
other
break
fluid.
it.
There's not. Your brain isn't full of blood, right?
Well, not in the way they're describing it, but we don't need to bring it up, but you guys you can like Google the pager attack that happened, and you can see how those people's bodies reacted to it. The explosive pager scene, all of those people and all their bodies and all the aftermath, people's legs blown, all that stuff. That stuff is all available online. You can look it up and you can watch it and see what we're talking about. And you can see that the damage done by those pagers is nothing like what happened to Charlie in any way, shape, or form. So even under their own theory, this is retarded. It looks nothing like that.
Blood is not supposed to leak out into the actual brain tissue. Okay, so it's just separated from the brain tissue, but there still is blood flowing up there to, feed it oxygen and stuff and energy. When a blood vessel breaks and blood leaks into around the brain, it's called blood brain. So he thinks that it's not like his jugular and pumping from his heart. He thinks that's the blood from the brain for some reason. That's crazy. Cerebral spinal fluid surrounds the brain. That's what I thought.
They literally couldn't pass high school right now. If you plop Stu into a high school, he could not do it.
Mm-hmm.
Described to me why that process would occur, why
exactly further down further, exactly what you're saying. The pagers maimed and killed not only the target but had a large blast area. Some of them caused house fires and things like that. And like there's people who had them in their pockets and it like literally like blew that leg off essentially, or it had huge blood stains. Like nothing in any way is the same.
If it was his mic that exploded, it would have exploded right there. It would have exploded through the shirt. There would have been a hole in his chest possibly there.
Exactly. His shirt isn't anti-explosive. It's not like Kevlar or something crazy. Like it's just a regular shirt. Okay.
I'm so
sick.
Why it would be falling rather than spurting. They described to me, because they're, ED trauma surgeons at Mayo, which is, in the state of Minnesota,
Look at this. Colvett calls him out. Stu states that with absolute confidence on his feed but refuses to repeat it to Andrew because of a defamation trap. Does he not realize tweets count just as much as debate clips in court? If you're going to make a claim and not retract it, why equivocate when challenged? Because he knows it's utter BS and he's retarded. I mean that literally. Yeah, he is. He wrote, "We know with 100% certainty that Andrew Colvett was linked to Fort Huachuca in the days leading up." And then when they go, "Okay, what's your proof?" He goes, "You're trying to get me a defamation case. You fraud." They won't stand by their words at all. There's the pictures of him.
Well, that picture on the left, I don't think is him.
Okay. This one is.
Yeah, that one I think is. Yep. That's some weird thing.
This one.
Yeah, I think that's him.
Kind of looks like him. So you're saying this one's fake?
I don't think that's him. No.
Okay. All right. Either way, we know he was a hunter. The family did hunting. They were conservative Mormon Christians, right? All right. I got to go, guys. 12:15 cutoffs. Thank you, Amalek. I'm going to maybe pick up where I left off tonight. Appreciate everybody for the support. Love you all. Like, share, subscribe. Clip the show. Leave a comment below. And I will see you guys very soon. Take care.